Cool. So going back to what we were talking about before, 3 takeaway points for something I've actually just forgot.
That was good. What were we even talking about? No one knows.
Three takeaways inside the course, what you want to get out of it. 3. One is that the understand the information. You need to know the details, the information about training, whatever area you're in. So, for example, with personal training, you need to know anatomy, you need to know different training routines, different how to do planning and stuff like that. You also need to have practical application within the course, whether it's be you are the course day, which would be ideal, where you're actually hands-on with other participants or the facilitators taking you through bits and pieces. That's the second thing you need to have, make sure that's in the course. Or the third thing really for me, that when you're on a course, is that you need to also have the right facilitator, if that makes sense. Understanding that value for a course, in my opinion anyway, comes from a facilitator as well. So if you go along and you come along and you know, it's not something that's very commonly looked at, but you need to be able to understand them. And everyone has a different delivery styles just as a trainer as well. And then when they look at that, so I think actually probably the fourth thing here is you look at the course. A lot of people these days, they go like, oh, I'm trying to find the cheapest way, easiest way to get there, which is actually the wrong way to look at it. If you're already looking at in my opinion anyway, if you're looking at it like that, then you're pretty fucked from the start, to be honest, because you're going to go down the wrong direction. Continuous education comes into play in any industry, and fitness isn't any different. And you need to keep reinvesting. You can't just go like, I've done my course, yeah, great, and now I'm going to keep making money.
I think that's a really, really good point that we didn't really touch on enough, actually.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, like you were saying about like having that added value, right? So it's all well and good going and doing like the course. You can go to the best, you get the best coach for the best course, and the most expensive, all singing or dancing. But again, if it doesn't really suit your needs in particular, I mean,
what's the fucking point?
Yeah, what's the point? And then equally, like you were saying off the back of that, like in regards to, you're going to trying to find the cheapest way. You're not in it for the long term.
No way.
Because it's a freaking investment.
Yeah.
Potentially for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like, outside of me wanting to play NBA, which was quite apparent at a young age, that wasn't going to happen. But like outside of that, it was always going to be, a career for me. And now I'm still developing, I'm still learning, I'm still doing courses, I'm getting stuck into that type of stuff because that's important. There's more free information out there now, which makes it really good. But then you still you could literally spend all day reading on the internet about loads of garbage. So again, it goes back. It's no different from me or you. Still finding those quality sources.
Yeah, 100%.
And where you can get that from. And then you've got to always link it back as well to who you want to be as a trainer.
Yeah, totally.
And of course, you can define that more as you go, which I always sort of recommend starting at the basic level. If you can get in a commercial side of things after having a decent course.
Brilliant, go that ways.
Going to go enough, but.
Totally. So with courses, that's pretty much a fundamental. That final point about the price point is look at those different things so that understand you should pay, doing a weekend course. No, I'm not saying they're all shite, but majority of them probably are going to be shite from a perspective that the education or the details within that course might be very relevant. It might have everything in there, but to be trying to can you learn to be a doctor in 3 weekends? No, you can't. We're talking about years of
it's
practice.
Literally in the time though, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you're expecting to get a lifetime's worth of information out of
in a weekend,
2 4-hour days or whatever. Good luck.
Yeah, totally.
But
you pay for what you get, right?
Exactly, and going back into that long-term education piece and the CPDs and doing all that, I mean, you can't stay in law or finance without being up to date. These are some of the people who are earning the most amount of money. Which, let's be honest, that's what a lot of people think
wanted to do with
they want, right? Is all
ambitions
money.
There.
But then reality is they don't want to put in any of that hard graft. Think, that 2-day course is suddenly going to get them earning the big bucks.
Yeah, totally. And there's a realization too behind classes and stuff like that. People here are trainers that are charging, let's just keep it in dollars for now, but let's say like $50, $100, $200, $300 plus. There are, but there's some of these guys have, most of them, sorry, I'll say most of them, and the reason I say most of them, they've done the graft, they've got the experience, they've got the deliverables to be able to deliver the information. Now there, of course, is these idiots out there that are just the Instagrammers that popularity or whatever. That's a whole different story, so don't worry about that. But then you're coming into the market. You don't come in as a doctor charging the highest rate on the first day. You are going to start with a lower rate, and the price is, and you have to, I think if you accept that from the start, not saying you have to, but I would say definitely look for that to be able to get more clientele on board. When you're initially starting out, and that's what the point I'm trying to get to is that when you're starting out, numbers is the key to building your experience and developing your skill sets, whether it be 1 in communication, 2 in knowledge, 3 in practicality, for your career moving forward. Just going out there and just trying to charge this price and only having 1 or 2 clients or even friends that you're practicing on, I think, in my opinion, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Be okay to give away free sessions to get that practical experience. And then also, I'm saying that, don't lose your value when you're in there too. Like, there'll be a point where a lot of trainers in this industry, in my opinion, again, lack their value. They don't see the value in what they're doing. And there's a big debate about this one as well, about what should you be charging as a personal trainer. Some people say $10, some people say $100, right? Now it just comes down to the individual. They set their price and then someone else accepts it.
The big thing in regards to the money thing is, like, this is obviously just my opinion.
That's fact.
No, but your value of what you're worth per hour or per session, or however you want to put it, is how much you can benefit or help an individual client.
Yeah,
so we were chatting off air, weren't we, before you heard about your app and how it's great.
Still play.
No, but how it's great because you can literally look up, I've got someone, a knee specialist, a weight loss specialist, or this specialist, or that specialist. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. This is what you're talking about. So going back to what you were saying earlier in regards to, like, jack of all trades, right? Actually, the funny thing is like, you never know who's going to come through the door. You never know who's going to be there. And of course, if the more specialist you become, or you get like cool apps like you guys are building and going to launch soon. No, it's true. Like, with that type of stuff, that's going to make it easier for people to find more specialism, right?
Yeah.
You can go online or whatever, but then also it's like, it costs a lot to be on the front page of Google.
Google, far out. It's ridiculous.
Or whatever you might be using. So, long term, the more sort of feathers in your cap,
totally,
you can get. Definitely, the better. The more people you can help, the more you can charge, right?
Totally.
Also, it's like, how many of my clients, when I first started off, I'd done, I was just purely training people, like out of the textbook, and a lot of it was bodybuilding-esque back then as well. So it's, whether you're doing bro splits or you're doing upper lowers or whatever it might be. But then someone will get injured, and I was like, I ain't got a fucking clue. I don't know what I'm doing. This is how. And then you're like, okay. And then some people go,
water, ice.
I don't know, go and see a doctor. I don't know, go and see a physio. And I was like, well, hold up a minute. You start to see a lot of these maybe similar niggles.
Occurrences,
bits and pieces. And let's be honest, just how we sit now predominantly.
Yeah, totally.
We're sat or either lying in similar positions all the time. You don't need to go and see a doctor or a physio for most of it. I'm not saying all of it, but most of it. And of course, that's where corrective exercise comes in, right?
100%.
And then it's the same for like all these CPDs or all these next level stuff, whether it's your reps and you start at level 2, then you go to level 3, then you go to level 4. It's a specializing type thing. Or whether you're just picking up that more information.
Yeah, totally.
The more you can aid that client, the more that person is going to pay for you. Because they'll stay with you
Add to your value.
if you can actually look after them.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
So,
there's a really good one that actually Rob had on that too, is that when you have these different educations, you can provide them, and you track that what you're going through, that you can, again, at the end of each month, you can show the value of just that month. There's the retention side of things, so it's a very cool one.
And then goes into, this is where we'll go eventually, but goes into programming, right?
Yeah, totally.
Why you should actually have a program, you should be training people, not just working people out, actually tracking everything from start to finish.
People can fucking run by themselves. You don't need to tell them to go run. It's like, geez. Anyway. We'll get to the program later on in the series. Okay, so sticking with getting into personal training, we cover lots of courses, kind of understanding your ideas and stuff, like why you get into personal training. When do you make the leap, or how do you make the leap, I should say, from if you've let's look at two audiences. One is the 15 to 25-year-old going through the education or playing sports, the kind of person there. Or the other side is someone who's already got a career somewhere else coming into, wants to get into personal training. When do you make the jump from away from sport or away from your job?
Yeah, well, I think as with all of these things, you've got to weigh up. First things first, you've got to be looking after yourself, haven't you? Because if you don't look after yourself, no one else is going to look after you, right? And that's it. So,
or don't depend on someone else too either, because you can put yourself in the shit otherwise.
110%.
Yeah.
And I mean, even then, when you've been out of business for a long, long time, you still don't rely on that person.
Yes,
and this is Dubai, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So, but I think big thing really then to be looking at is thinking once you've decided sort of the type of route you may want to be going down. Because like I said, you can make amazing money, and some people just really suit doing Group X.
Yeah, totally.
You know, and you're still a trainer.
Yeah.
And you've still gone through, you've probably done your level 2, your level 3, but then you just go off in different directions, you know. And there's private, semi-private, the small group.
No, there's something else, corporate.
There's, like
wellness.
I said, going down into the wellness arms, going into the corrective exercise stuff.
Totally.
There's people making so much money out of all these different areas. So that you don't need to decide probably straight away, but then you'll probably find either your population you're working with drives you towards
that direction.
way.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just better at one. Maybe you're like, you know, maybe I'm better one-to-one, maybe you're better Group X or vice versa.
Totally. I'm used to the one-to-one. I hate it.
There we go.
I've done it for a long time,
But then equally, like, you know, you with 20 young lads doing rugby, boom, you're away.
No worries, yeah.
You're
Definitely comes more naturally for me groups to try and see that it does one-on-one.
And so then you trying to be the one-to-one guy,
Oh, yes.
you're probably not going to do that well, right? And you're probably not going to enjoy it that much, then boom, you're out.
Yeah. It's funny because I've definitely gone through in my career that pathway of, oh, look, the personal training brings you more money. Well, actually, no, that's the wrong way to think of it.
And technically, why would it?
Yeah.
Because one-to-one, there's one person paying you
limited amount of money
for that hour.
Yeah.
Actually, hence the semi-private model being so huge in the States and now getting really big in the UK and Europe.
Totally. Your ceiling's
four
higher.
People paying you 50% of what your one-to-one. 4 people paying you 50%.
More per hour.
So then you've just
do the calculations.
You've just made 200%.
Yeah, totally. Got it.
It really just depends which way you want to go down, right? So if you're a younger lad and you are just working in a gym and just getting to it, maybe coming out of sport, or you're still playing sport, the good angle there is obviously if you're still playing, slowly wind yourself in, go part-time, build yourself up, go in. Don't go all in.
What would be part-time in your mind?
What
would be part-time in your mind?
Part-time in the fitness industry is like a full-time job, right? So, something
4 hours done.
What I did was pretty harsh, you know. Not many people do it.
Yeah.
I was basically almost like full-time basketball
Yeah.
and a full-time job. As in I was expected to work 40, 50 hours a week. And wanted to work some more because I wanted to build myself as a trainer and get known for training.
So you said you wanted to work more and drink more.
Yeah. And then obviously then I was still very focused on trying to play basketball every weekend, traveling and trying to make everything fit, right? Very few people are going to do that these days. Millennials.
Yeah.
I'll just leave that there. No, I'm joking. Cut. So I think that's the important thing. Ease yourself in.
Yeah.
Always.
Look, one or two sessions for me is to start off with is a good it's an easy way in. Not to don't try and like get established with a couple. Don't try and do too much too soon. That's practically even one client doing 3 times a week, maybe 2 clients probably better.
But actually, I'll go take it a step back from there. If you're not working in a gym yet, go and work in a gym. Yeah. Get some gym instructor experience, even though you want to be a trainer.
When you say work, do you mean being paid to work or do some free?
Either could work.
Yeah.
It just depends your financial situation.
Look
after yourself, number one, right?
Yeah.
It's like
bread on the table, people. Bread on the table.
Exactly. And so it all depends your situation. I mean, if you're moved over here, the only reason you're in Dubai is because you basically got someone sponsoring you one way or another.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
You've got to have a job, or your parents are looking after you. Yep. So depending on your situation, it could depend where you're going to go into that. If you need a full-time job, and you want to go into the fitness industry, you can definitely be earning money. Working for a gym at multiple different levels. So if you want to go down a one-to-one route doing transformation type stuff, maybe target those. Yeah. And you're just going to have to go in and have a frank conversation and brand new to the industry, whatever, because generally they're not going to take you on.
Yeah, massively.
If you're that guy.
Totally.
Where
Get into
equally, like, the Fitness First, the Gold's Gym, whatever, you're much more likely to be able to get a role doing for them as a gym instructor, doing some floor work.
Yeah.
And then you can work under. I mean, they've got awesome systems and
apprenticeships and stuff like that going on,
Yeah, that's it.
Mentorships.
But then the Oracle system they run there as well, where you can literally do all your qualifications pretty much for free or for very cheap. You can really thrive in that type of thing.
Totally.
So you might do 2 or 3 years there. That might not be, you're not the LA personal trainer living in the hills, by the Hollywood sign, training all the stars. But that's gonna teach you to get bread on the table. Right?
Yeah, totally. And those people there didn't start with the Hollywood stars.
Every single person does, right? And then, that's why the American system is actually quite good with internships. You get the right person,
totally.
to give you a decent internship, you're going to accelerate where you are massively. Where equally, it can be very much the opposite, going back to our choosing of courses.
Yeah, totally. Do or die, make the right choices.
Yeah, and same, like these days, there are people that you can, essentially buy mentorships from. So you can pretty much go to a lot of the top people in the industry now and say for X amount of money, they'll mentor you for whether it's 8,
time
12
period
year or whatever,
Yeah, totally.
So that's it. And then if it's the other side and you've already got a career and you're the, like you said, the 35 to 55 year old, and you just think, right, actually, this is something that's really important to me now. Health wasn't probably something that was hugely looked at whilst I was trying to make my millions being a banker or a lawyer or whatever it might be, working in Wall Street or DIFC or Canary Wharf or whatever.
Totally.
But now, because it's important to me, and I want to sort of share the wealth, again, it's that same sort of thing, isn't it? I mean, you might be in a situation to, step out of that and you've actually, got enough money to cover you. If you haven't, again, ease yourself in, try and find the right fit for you.
Totally.
Actually go out there, because there's so many gyms in every city now. If you're in a major city,
so many options, it's ridiculous.
Again, it's like, get out this. I always say it's like buying a car, right?
Yeah.
It's like
you
look at how much money you've got, number one.
Yeah.
And then you see what's in the market for that money.
Yeah, what can I afford? What can I afford?
Yeah, exactly. So and that's it. Where if you can go and work for one of the top gyms, but for free, which they'll probably accept, right? Because it's no loss to them.
100% gain.
Then your potential to accelerate
is right there. Totally. But I think there's people have the biggest problem too. They have this, what's the shortest way to get there? I think just fire on my guys, fuck, don't be stupid. Stop. If the mentality is if you got mentality, you're going to be one of this 95% statistic that's not in it for the long term, because you'll struggle. It's like, I remember Mike Gilbert, he said that you'll be passionate. You do have to be passionate about. Well, it's not that you need to be passionate about lifting weights, bodybuilding, but you should be definitely into and immersed into the things that you enjoy and love, and then you'll turn that into money. Money will come eventually. Don't think to get there too soon, too fast. And if you just drop your job and then jump into training, it's not a smart business idea.
That's also the other side of it, isn't it? There are a lot of people do that. They make these jumps, and then they're literally like screaming to get back into the industry they were, because they don't realise the amount of hours, the amount of time,
totally,
all of that actually goes into it. You
put pressure on yourself too. Desperation of trying to sell a client to get a bit of money on the table to pay for things.
It goes back into what you were saying about the work of a trainer. So say for me, I might charge my session rate or my hourly rate, whatever it might be, but then do I get paid for all the messaging, all the emails, all the time, programming, all the,
cancellations,
going back over that stuff? I don't get anything. So that's also your worth, right? If you actually spend time having that data, well, first of all, you got to have it.
You got to.
And then obviously knowing what to do with it after that. And again, that's something we'll chat about later on, won't it? But and that's the important stuff, and that's what gets that buy-in.
Awesome. Guys, I hope you're enjoying these golden nuggets being thrown at you time and time again. I think, does that wrap up kind of?
That's a lot of...
There's a lot of information.
There's a lot of information there, wasn't there? And quite a
guys, but if you do have any questions, any queries, if you want to share your own thoughts on that too, they can be shared with others, please chuck them in the comment section down below. Sol's details will be also in the descriptions down below too. Just reach out, ask questions, and sure.
Yep, awesome.
I'm happy to help.
Always open.
But look forward to part 2. Part 2, we're going to go into, so once you've done your qualifications, you're going to get started in personal training. That's what we're going to cover in part 2, how to set yourself up as a personal trainer within the industry. That's what I can say about that, really. like that. So, guys, yeah, again, just a final reminder about the Find for People app is available for you on Android and Apple, iOS, Android, and Google Play, Apple Store. Blup, don't twist it there. So, yeah, we got a little explanation about that and how to work it and how to be involved with it as well, what you can find on the application coming up after this. But till then, guys, see you in part 2 for Personal Training 101.
Cool.
We've all been there. Hours searching the internet,
gotta stop doing
asking friend upon friend, making call after call, trying to find the right fitness professional, health specialist, or sports coach. So much time, energy, and even money spent only to find more problems than solutions. Well, now, with the Find Fit People platform, you can find all the available professionals with the skills you need in an instant. We've removed all the barriers by establishing a community of many different skilled health specialists, sports coaches, and fitness professionals that are alerted immediately once you posted your request. In under 30 seconds, you can attract multiple professionals with the right skills to help you achieve the result you want. It's simple, fast, and free. Find us online at www.findfitpeople.com or download the Find Fit People app from Apple or Google Play stores so you can find fit people today.